I gotta try to get my camera to balance.
Oh, you're working at a greenhouse. That's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. Where are you from? They said it's hot down there?
Hi, guys.
What's going on, Killer?
How are you guys doing?
You alright?
Hey, everybody. I'm doing good. How are y'all? Okay, so many comments coming in. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Tia. Got Kaya, Swirling Fizz, Myrtle. We've got Becca, Trap, G Fox, Iris, Oreo, Diaz, Kadu, Maida, Jen, Angie, Mike, and Elise. Hey, how are you? Jen, Justin, Nintendo DS. I remember this. Spirit of the Wolf, Stefani, Alberta. Tia, Maya is actually chewing on her bone right now. Well, she was. Want your bone? Kai, thank you. I am having a good day. I actually just finished my IV infusions. So I have to get my fluids on a regular basis because of my medical problems. So I just finished that up. And Austin is streaming on Twitch. So I figured I would go live and talk to you guys for a little bit. Hi, Jen. Alicia. 6Z. Jaden. Garrett. Chloe, thank you so much. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Faye. Alberta, thank you so much for the super chat. Absolutely appreciate it. Hello, Guardian. Hello, Emily. She is cute. This puppy, this is Maya. This is the new puppy. If you guys missed the video, and this is Liam. Get in here. Say hey.
Hey.
If y'all missed the video earlier, I posted a video earlier today doing some training with Maya and kind of like showing you guys how to train if y'all want to. Yeah, you know all about it, right? So if you guys want to check that video out, if you haven't seen it, I uploaded that earlier. Oh, Tia, that's awesome. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Shelby.
No, I'm meeting my dad.
Hi, Service Pomsky.
Hey.
Diaz MJR. Hello.
Hey, Bone.
What's your question about service dogs, Stefani? Hi, Garrett. Service pup, hey. I heard Austin say hey to you on Twitch. It's good to see you. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Eli. Can you get a service dog for ADHD? I don't think you can get a service dog just for ADHD. So federal law does say it has to be like a legitimate disability. Disabling and affects your ability to function day to day to the point that having a service dog, I see the cat's on top of your fort, to the point that a service dog would be able to help you function better. So there's certain things that you can't handle that your service dog could help you manage better than without. Give her a toy back. It's just Waffles. Hi. Faith, Max is...
Hi, Waffles.
Max, up.
Come
Here.
in.
Up.
Up.
You gotta squeeze through. Come on. Squeeze through. Come on. Come here. Right here. There's Mr. Max. Say hi, Mr. Max.
Mommy, apple.
Yo-Yo Lily here. That's awesome. Have fun working with your service dog and training. Mental Soldier, hello.
Hey, my turtle.
Oh my. Wow.
Alberta asked, how's my older dog doing with the new one? Max is doing really good with her. He's really good about like teaching her, and she's learning great from him. Nax Production. I've been watching this since 10K. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to think back to when I only had 10,000 subscribers. My channel blew up within like 3 or 4 months of starting it. And so I ended up having like 100,000 subscribers so quick from a couple of my videos going viral. So it's just so hard to even think back to that long ago.
Real hard.
Real hard.
No, it's just me and you, bro.
Bye, Chloe.
Alright, let's do it.
Jen's playing Animal Crossing. Oh, I missed that.
Oh.
Service Pub's on Austin's live too.
Pie.
Hello, Debbie.
My pie.
I got a Bob on the spot.
Yeah, Tia might be right. You might go to get an ESA, maybe if you have ADHD, but
Yeah.
I just don't. ADHD is so well managed with
That
meds.
hurts.
I have ADHD myself, and I just don't, even thinking to my own ADHD, I'm just not really sure what a service dog could do as far as.
God.
Austin!
Sorry.
We have a deal. He's got to keep it down, I got to keep it down, so we must, be live at the same time. But I don't even know what I could get Max to for my ADHD, and my ADHD is pretty rough, so I just don't know that there would really be a task that a service dog could perform for ADHD, whereas medicine manages it, if that makes sense. What kind of treats should you get for training your dog? This is what we are using right now. I showed this in the video earlier. So the reason I grabbed these from Maya is because she's still so puppy. These are really, really soft and they crumble. Before this with Max, I used to use the Zooks training treats, and I thought those were a really good brand. When she gets bigger, I'll probably go back to the Zooks training treats. But these, as far as puppies go, these are so soft. I just feel like these work really good on the puppies being able to like eat them pretty quick and not having to chew too much.
No,
but it's really going to be
me
what
too.
preferences your dog has. So what flavors does your dog like, and whatever your dog is going to prefer the most. Because if your dog really likes it, they're going to work harder for the treat.
Dog food.
Yeah, dog food.
That's two.
That's a difference.
Lily, you can have a service animal for anxiety. That would fall under more of a psychiatric service animal. That would be something you would need to get with a psychiatrist and talk to a psychiatrist about, just because psychiatric only service animals you do have to have a note for. So medical alert service animals you don't have to have a note for because it falls under the medical thing, but psychiatric service dogs, there's a fine line between emotional support animals and psychiatric service animals, whereas emotional support animals you have to have a note from a psychiatrist and they can live in no pet housing, but psychiatric service animals go through all of the training, the basic obedience, the public access, the task training, so they actually perform things that help you during your anxiety attacks, but you do still have to have a note. So I recommend just getting with a psychiatrist and discussing with them and then moving forward from there. Natalie, thank you so much. What am I doing? I am just sitting here talking to you guys. One of my favorite things to do. I love to chat with you guys. One of you asked me today if I would go live again today, and so I figured while Austin is streaming on his gaming account, having fun because he likes to play games, I figured I could sit here and talk to you guys instead of just scrolling through Instagram. Let's see. Mike Elise, I remember when he first started with Izzy. Oh my God, that was so long ago. When I came into this, starting with Izzy, I knew nothing. Like, I thought IDs were a thing, and I had even had this little ID tag for her, and I was still going about it the proper way. I was still trying to do the training and all of that, but I thought, like, IDs were legitimate and that I had to have it. And at the time, I didn't realize, like, the harm it could do having, like, IDs, because a lot of times we have these fake service animals or pets that people are trying to pass off as service animals, and they have IDs, and these people think they can just flash this ID card that you can buy online, and that it makes their pet a service animal. And that's not the case. Those IDs aren't required at all by federal law in the United States. You know, I know other countries do have things like IDs and stuff for their dogs, but this is just in the U.S. And so I didn't know as much as I know now when I started with Izzy, and it was just That was so long ago. And right after I got Izzy, after all of that fell through, Izzy, she was a really good puppy and she would have been a great pet dog, but she just wasn't going to cut it out as a service dog. And I ended up with Max. And then I had one dog, I guess about 6 months ago, maybe a little longer now, that I saw as a prospect, the Catahoula Axel, if you guys remember that. And I thought that dog would be a great prospect. They thought he was only like 2, and he was super calm and mellow. It turns out he was like 4 or 5, and then he ended up having some aggression issues that we ended up seeing like a week in. And it just like he was a prospect, you know. It just like was such a bust, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to follow through finding another dog. And so Axel was kind of like my thing to like go for a puppy again instead of going for another older dog because I didn't want that other bust out. And so that's how I ended up with little Miss Maya here. You can get it. She's teething so bad. She's already chewed up my cords, the cord to my fan. And Austin had to splice it and wrap it in electrical tape last night. And I need to get him to do my hair straightener too. So we're trying to keep her away from cords, but she's teething. And as you guys know, puppies like to chew things. So it's fixable. It's nothing I could get mad about because it's replaceable and it's fixable. And I'm just trying to keep her Nylabones very close to her so that she knows to chew on her Nylabones and her toys and not everything else. Hi, Kayla. Eli, do people often harass you or do you just take the worst people on video? Honestly, those videos are really just chance. I think the last video that something happened, I was live, and so I was just doing a live stream like I am now, but we were walking through Walmart, and the lady went to try to grab Max. It happens a lot. Honestly, it's gotten a lot better in the past few years than when like I initially started. And then I noticed sometime after my videos were like going viral, it seemed like things were calming down more, like people were more educated. And so I like to think that maybe some of those videos, even though I'm ashamed of some of my past videos and how I acted, but I was so new, I was so scared of my dog being distracted because he was still learning and me getting hurt in the process. And I feel like nowadays I could have reacted a lot differently. And I can't change it now, but I like to think that maybe those videos helped educate people a little bit. But people do. We get harassed a lot. That is something very common with most service dog handlers. Most people that have a service dog, it's something that happens and it's sad. But that's one of the reasons I like to do these videos is to try to help spread that awareness for service animals and disability so that maybe it won't happen as much. So, here, get your toy. Get your toy. Get your toy. There you go. Chew on it. Let's go to the next question. Absolutely, Keith. Ask whatever you want.
That's right.
Where are you going? Where you going? Tia, you have been here since Izzy. Hi, Angela. Alberta, Liam's adorable. Thank you. Is ADHD a disability? I mean, I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, I guess technically it's a medical condition. Is it disabling? I wouldn't really say ADHD is disabling though. Like you couldn't get a disability check just for having ADHD. So I feel like that's just how I'm going to define that difference for now. Shelby and Sadie, the service dog. How do you get a hyper dog to focus when it comes to other dogs' pet stores? Tried boiled chicken and other treats. If she doesn't act aggressive, she just wants to bust. This was something I think I mentioned in my live last night. Try to do a lot of training like at the parks, meet up with your friends that have dogs, and try to do a lot of like walk bys. And so start off maybe at like a 20-foot distance and keep that distance to the point that your dog's able to focus on you. And so they're able to take the treat and focus on you, and then work your way closer, walking back and forth in front of the dog. And the moment that your dog is becoming distracted by being too close to these other dogs, add that distance again and just keep back and forth at it until your dog is able to completely focus on you. I feel like that's probably going to be the easiest way to do that. You've just got to teach your dog to ignore the other dogs and focus on you. So teaching a really good focus command and then just practice. Well, yeah, see, like Nikki says, ADHD is classified as a learning disability, but it's just like speech impediments and things like that can be classified as a learning disability, but it's not to the point that, like I said, you're not going to get like a disability check for it to where you're completely disabled and unable to function, if that makes sense, because there are medications that can mitigate ADHD versus like certain medical conditions, sometimes the medication isn't enough, and that's where a service dog is kind of like the last resort. Hi, Allie. Braylee, what is your thoughts on ESAs? I don't have anything bad to say about ESAs. My cat, Apollo, so you guys have seen in my intro videos, the big orange cat, that's Apollo. Apollo is my ESA. I have a doctor's note from my psychiatrist for him. So he is an emotional support animal. I have nothing against ESAs. The only thing that I have to say about ESAs is how many people are uneducated and they think that that means that they can bring their untrained animal into public places. And I just wish that when it came to ESAs or when service animals as well, that the public was just more educated. But ESAs are very much beneficial. Have I ever used rollover for treat training? What do you mean, Alberta? Hi, Autumn. Sadie, yes, I remember you were in my videos. Autumn, thank you so much. Oh, that's awesome. Your dog Lucky. I like Nikki's question. So, Braylee, are we talking legit ESAs or people who register animals as ESAs to get around the rules? So a legit emotional support animal is one that you get with a note through a psychiatrist. So something I want to point out is that all of these websites that say you can register your animal, those are all fraud sites. So none of them actually, you waste your money. Because if it comes down to it, if you get in trouble with the law, that has no legal withholding in the law. So you really just waste your money trying to get away with things. Whereas if you have a legitimate ESA and you're living in no pet housing, and let's say this no pet housing is giving you issues about it, if say authorities were to get involved somehow, those registries, you would still get in trouble. But if it was an actual note from a doctor, you would be in your legal right, if that makes sense.
Wait, we're all down? I don't understand.
Yes, Mike and Elise, these streets that I'm using for it's one of the reasons I like to get them. They do support a veteran nonprofit service dog organization, and they do give the service dogs for free to the vets that need them. That's another reason I like to use them, because I feel like I'm able to give back to the service dog community away. Hi, Lizzie. Yes, Nikki, you don't need the note for, you're taking away my light. Everything just got so dark. You don't need the note for psych service dogs unless you're flying. That is correct.
Facebook for stuff I asked if they're still available.
Okay, honey. But yes, Nikki, you are correct. Hi, Droporium. How are you? Angela, Maya is about 12 weeks old now. Hey! Eli, the dogs are doing great. Maya wandered off, and I'm sure she's getting into something she shouldn't. Hi, JT. Alberta. I have a multi-purpose service dog, but up here in Canada, they don't see a huge difference between medical and mental health service dogs. There is a difference here. So, like Nikki pointed out, when it comes to psychiatric service animals, the only time you really need that note is when you are flying. And so if you plan on doing any kind of travel, you would need that note, which I'm sure at some point everybody's going to be doing some kind of travel. Other than that, it's really, most people aren't going to really pester you too much about it. But when you are flying on a plane, they legally have to have that documentation for a psychiatric service dog, whereas a medical or primarily medical alert or medical response service animal, you do not have to do that. Which I really don't see the big deal or the difference there, why you would need. I guess it's because of how many people try to bring their ESAs on into the cabin and all of that. Maybe that's why they do that, that node for psychiatric service animals. But either way, that is the way it is. But you would still need, just for formalities, the best way, if you were planning on getting a psychiatric service animal, you would want to have a psychiatrist backing you up on that just in case anything ever happened. Just like if you're going to have a medical service dog, bring it here and I'll fix it. Just like if you're going to have a medical service dog, you would want a medical doctor to back you up just in case you ever needed it. So I have notes for Max from my... Here, silly goose. Go plug it back up, okay? So it doesn't die. Plug it back up. So I have a note for Max from my medical doctor just in case I was ever to need it. So I should never need it. But, like, let's say something ever happened and something happened with my dog and the legitimacy of him was questioned, or my disabilities were questioned in some kind of legal matter, or if it had something happen and it got brought to court, I would have that note to back me up on whatever situation, saying that I do really need the service animal and that, you know, he is legitimately needed. And I think that's more of me just being a precautious person, because I've heard so many horror stories, and so I like to be super cautious. Eli, his game account, it's on Twitch. It's Aweems, AWEEMS. Keith, if you got rejected, you can always try to apply for a different program. Stefani, thank you so much for liking the live. Yes, you also need the note if you're moving into a non-pet friendly home to legally have them. Yes, Tia. So whether it's a psychiatric service animal, a medical alert or response service animal, or whether it is an emotional support animal, if you were moving into any kind of housing that is not pet friendly, you would need your note from your doctor or your psychiatrist stating that this is a service animal or this is an emotional support animal, and that is the only way you would be able to have your service animal or your ESA in the housing with you. Angela, Maya's about 12 weeks old. Midnight Train Bully is Homestead. We have a puppy who we're trying to be a service dog. Can you give tips on how to get them to retrieve and bring things to you? I am going to be doing more stuff on Maya in the coming weeks and months in her training. So Maya already likes to pull things and drag things and pick things up. So I think the way I'm going to go about it, and this does not mean it's the only way to go about it, does not mean that it is the professional way to go about it. It's just the way I'm going to go about it. Whenever they are playing with toys or picking things up in their mouth or doing anything retrieval work, whether it's on purpose or not, reward them for it. Give them treats. Tell them yes. And maybe start adding commands. Like if you see them pick something up, tell them pick up or get it. And if they hand it to you, tell them give them treats. Just start working with whatever the puppy's already doing and add those commands and those rewards and treats to it so that the puppy's already naturally doing it, but you are shaping what they are doing on their own into an actual command that you can use. Guardian, his Twitch is Aweems, AWEEMS. Alberta, I've heard that in Canada y'all have the IDs for the service dogs, but it has the handler's pictures on that. Part of me really wishes that in the U.S. that we would have those, but at the same time, there's already so many IDs that fakes use anyway. I really don't know. The general public, I don't feel like they would know how to differentiate it because they already don't understand that we don't use the IDs in the U.S. So, and they already accept those. So, I feel like I prefer other countries' rules on it a lot more than I prefer ours.
Baby, where's the charger for the tablet for the baby?
Liam's using it for his tablet to charge it because it's dying.
Yeah.
What's it at?
15.
No, leave his tablet alone. Let him charge.
You should charge your baby today. You got like no battery.
You should charge it.
Well, I mean, I don't work on that. You should charge it.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah, fair? I think it's fair.
It is. What time? It's what, 7:20, baby?
I don't know.
I think it's roughly 7 o'clock for us.
Wow, what's up?
But yes, there are tons of videos on YouTube.
Okay, well, that's
Brayley, yes, service dogs absolutely can help with diabetes. So there are diabetic alert dogs that can alert to high or low blood sugars, and that can even be trained to grab your med bag. That way, if you ever need your insulin or your glucose tablets, your dog can be trained to grab those bags. So I have issues with my blood sugar as well, but I'm not classified as diabetic yet, and I can usually feel mine coming on. And so I do have to check my sugar from time to time, and I do have to use glucose tablets from time to time because my sugar drops. But it was just something I never trained Max to do. I thought about it for a while, but I can really feel that coming on, so it just seemed a little unnecessary for me to need to train him to do that. But diabetic alert dogs are absolutely a thing, and they're very common. Max is that way, laying down. Maya is that way in the kitchen, harassing the cat, as you just heard her bark. Hi, Madeline. How are you? Aw, Faith, that is so cute. Rose and your husky. That is adorable. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Wendy?
Hey, DJ, you got
Again, Maya's about 12 weeks old. Natalie, what age should a service dog become an ex-service dog? There is really not any age. So some dogs might work until they're 15, other dogs might work until they're 10. And in Max's case, Max is only about 5 now. But Max is already at that point where he's just starting to slow down, and he still likes to work and go out, but he's just, I don't know if there's something going on with like his body or, you know, maybe in his head, but it's just, I think it's more, I'm not going to say his head, more of his body, because like when we're walking in the store, he's just a little slower than he used to be, and he just seems, he's sleeping more. Max is also just your typical mutt, and so he came from the shelter. He was a little over 1 when I got him, and I don't know much about him, or you know what he went through when he was a younger dog, and I don't really know why he's slowing down as early as he is. So I'm not going to give you an exact age. Every dog is different, and I think it's up to the handlers to decide when they think the dog is ready. And so I'm just at the point where I feel like I've been thinking for a while I wanted to train a new dog and let Max retire. And it's just at the point now where I just feel like he's slowing down a little more. And it's about that time for me to go ahead and just train another dog and get it over with and just let Max enjoy being a pet dog. Oh, here goes my yawning again. And he just seems really happy just laying around at home. And even though he's happy working, he seems really happy just being a pet dog. And it's like that drive and that spark he used to have, that excitement, it's just fading a little bit. And so I feel like he's just ready to call it quits and just relax. Midnight. She does go get things. When there were slippers, she will go get it and bring it back if I need any tips. So this is going to be on the retrieval. Whenever she does that, just start adding commands to it. When she picks it up or when you throw it, tell her, go get it. Or get it, keep it simple. And then when she picks it up, tell her, you know, maybe pick it up or come up with another command. And when she brings it back to you, give or something like that. Start adding commands that way, since she already does it on her own. That way, as she gets older, you can just tell those commands, and you've kind of already, you've said it so much when she does the action that she already knows the commands. So I feel like that might be the easiest way to go through it. Again, get on YouTube. Search your videos on YouTube, guys. Like, you can find so much, so many tips, so many things about dog training and how to do it, and things like that if you just look. Madeline, nothing's wrong with my arm. I just got done running my fluids, And so that's all it is it's just the IV. This is just the top of it. So this is where the IV line that goes from the bag, that's where this line would connect. And so I've got to run fluids again. I'm probably just going to run them again tomorrow. I usually try to give it like a day or two, but it's just a little uncomfortable in the spot it's in. So I'm probably just going to run another bag tomorrow instead of waiting 2 days and then I'll end up taking it out. But I'm just leaving it in so I can run another bag. Oh, honey, Austin, I need you to push heparin.
Right now?
Yeah, I forgot to push my heparin. And I need to push that before it starts to clot. No heparin's been pushed. When you finish that game, do you mind?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab
I
this.
think it is that bad. I don't have any bad.
I'm going to go ahead and grab the heparin saline. Y'all give me 1 second so I can fish this out of my bag. I completely forgot. So when you leave an IV in, you have to push heparin. It's a
How you doing?
blood thinner, so it keeps the IV from clotting. And when you are pregnant, you have a higher risk of clotting. And I completely forgot to push my heparin. It's only been like 45 minutes since I stopped the bag, so it's okay. But I definitely need to get this heparin pushed. Give me like 2 seconds to dig these syringes out of my bag, and I'll be right back. I'm not even moving. I just gotta dig through the bag on the table. So if y'all will give me just a moment, 'cause otherwise that could be bad.
Shake my head.
What, me forgetting?
Shake my I like the sound of that. Nah, you good, Jordan? You good? What's your
Okay. Let me set this back up.
Alright, so
Okay, I'm so happy somebody asked me about that because I would have completely forgot. That just fell. That just fell again. Okay. So this syringe is the heparin. This is the blood thinner that we have to push to keep it from clotting. And this is just saline that I'm going to let him flush since it's been a minute. And let him flush this syringe of saline through. And then he's going to flush the heparin. Which if you guys want to stick around, y'all can watch that. He'll be done with this match here in a second. And he's going to come over here and do this for me.
notifications as well.
Show y'all my tattoos. I don't think I could show y'all all of my tattoos. Honey, did you finish that game? Austin. Austin. I need something to throw at him.
We're gonna take a short break, guys. Like,
You need like 2 minutes. If that.
short break.
I only need like 2 minutes of your time, hun.
After this one here, I'm gonna have to back out, alright?
Alberta. Max, I never could really get to do the retrieval. With Maya, I think it's going to be a lot different because she's so mouthy and likes to pick things up and drag things anyway. So I'm going to walk you guys through that as I do that training. Aw, Faith. Yep, Maya has chewed up plenty of things. Austin!
Hey, don't yell at me. I'm working on it.
I'm supposed to help. I'm throwing Liam's underwear at your head.
Figure out what I need to do. I'm gonna make the run this way and jump off.
You know what? I don't need help to do
This
this.
is bad that I can't find like the lead game button. Something
Hey,
like
Liam, you want to help Mommy? Come here. Come help me. Come help me. Quickly.
My dad handle.
Oh, well, don't lay on it. Won't hurt you. Get up here.
I need to do that.
Oh, you had it on your face like that? All right, can you help Mommy do this?
Yeah.
All right, can you hold that right? No, hold this piece where my fingers are. Hold it tight so I can twist this off. Hold it tight. All right, let go. Good job. Oh, look, here's Austin. All right.
And now I'm over here.
Ah!
Surprise!
Okay,
Alright.
so we're going to flush saline. Hang on, air out.
Nini.
You did good helping me, dude. Thank you.
I need. Oh, man.
You wanna push it?
Yeah.
Let Austin connect it and you can push it, okay?
No.
Let him push it. Let him push it. You can push the heparin. Let him push the
This
saline.
is not a 4-year-old's job.
Let him push the saline.
Dominique.
Slowly. Alright, slow. Push. Alright, you did awesome. Good job.
Okay,
Stop.
good job, buddy.
Good job.
What is this?
Watch. That's saline. Here, move it so they can see. You sure? Wait. I gotta
Something's not right. Yeah, that's why.
That's why he could.
That's why.
Okay, now it's unclamped.
Yeah.
Move your hands so they can see.
I'm working on
So this is just the IV that's in my arm. We're just gonna push the saline through. And just do all of it. So this is just saline. This is just what is in my normal IV bag. Ooh, it smells and tastes.
There we go.
So
It's a little difficult, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if it's a good sign or what.
see, that might be why that bag was running weird. 'Cause that bag was running really slow. It might just be the positioning of the IV.
I hope so.
I'm just gonna run another bag tomorrow morning instead of waiting like 2 days.
Okay.
Okay. And so now he's gonna push the heparin, and this is the blood thinner. So this is the saline is done. I'm so happy somebody asked about this. I've completely forgot about it, honey.
I got it.
Okay. I already pushed it out. 3. So there should be push all the way down to 2.
Yes, I understand.
So this is just going to keep the blood from clotting the
Clotting,
IV,
absolutely.
in case anybody is wondering. And we're done. Thank you so much. I'm happy.
You're welcome.
Wait, Cap. Cap it back off. Okay. Now that we're over and done with the break, sorry about that. I completely forgot about the heparin. I wasn't originally planning on leaving it in. I was going to run my bags and then take it out again. And then after I got done, I figured I would just go ahead and leave it in and just run another bag tomorrow instead of waiting 2 days. I got to reclamp this right here. And so I wasn't even thinking about the heparin because I was so undecided. I usually leave it out so I don't forget it. All right, let's get back to these comments. Let's see. Hi, Kayana. Thank you for coming, Sadie. Oh my gosh, crazy artist, I want a weighted blanket so bad.
This is magic, right here.
Madeline, I would love to make a harness for y'all. Is there a way that I can send it to you? Madeline, there is. Can you message me on my Instagram or my Facebook account? They're both Service Dog Paws. So if you can message me on Instagram or Facebook, we'll talk more about that. Thank you. Because I really kind of need one. I've got the one for Max. I really kind of need one that Maya can kind of grow into to start using. So that would be great. She's totally eating something off the floor.
I'm having a night.
Okay. Puppy's going to be a puppy. Tia, for the first time yesterday, I saw a legitimate ESA at the airport. Well, that's good. At least it was legitimate. I think I've seen Hamilton.
I need some comedy today. How's your day,
Wendy
Tessa?
says, I'm trying to get service dog. I was told I can't because I'm a smoker.
I hear you.
I've never heard of that being a reason. You could always try to owner train yourself if you don't have much experience training a service dog. I highly recommend getting with a personal dog trainer and going that route. But that is always an option. So maybe you could set something up with a trainer and have a trainer help you do the evaluation so that you can make sure you get a dog that's going to work for you. And then go on about your training. I thought my makeup is smudged under my eye right there. Or is that just like a shadow? I don't know. Is there a ton of lag? Guys, am I lagging? I'm on 15% again, too, on my battery. Alright. I'm so behind on y'all's comments. I'm trying to scroll through. Hi, Lozy. Hi, Blaine. Hi, Ari. I know there's so many new people, and I love seeing it. I love being able to connect with you guys. It's the greatest thing. Alberta, I don't carry my doctor notes with me, but I have copies of them on my phone. So I don't know if that's anything, if any of you guys would ever need. I carry copies of that on my phone. That way, if I ever needed, like, if, let's say law enforcement ever got involved, because we all know how common fake service animals are in stores, or just people bringing their pets in, untrained dogs, right? So if I was ever in a store with my service animal and let's say a pet dog was in there and that pet dog bit somebody, if God forbid it somehow got blamed on my dog, I could be like, I'd have my note, like if law enforcement got involved, I would have my notes be like, you know, this is a legitimate service animal, this is my paperwork saying that I do have these conditions, you know, he's gone through his training. And it's something where, that's another reason I had started my YouTube as, this is my, I guess, accountability. Is that the right word? I don't think it is. But my YouTube is like shows that Max went out through his hours. He has tons of training hours. You know, the way my dog is. Of course, there's cameras nowadays, but I feel like just having that stuff on hand makes it a lot easier if something ever was to get involved. Mrs. T, I am still getting my infusions at home. Last week I ended up having to go to the office once, but I am still getting them at home. And so I will continue to until I guess my insurance drops, if my insurance ends up dropping again. But as long as I have insurance, I will continue to get my infusions because I really do need them. And they make the world of difference. I'm so sorry. I'm using Austin's phone for light so you guys can see me because he's gaming and he needs the light off so he can like see. So I've got like his flashlight on his phone behind my phone just so you guys can see me. I feel like it's like making me super pale, but at least I got makeup on today, so I feel like I don't look as like, you can see a little pink on my cheeks, you know, but it's totally blush. Let's see. Lozy, is it wrong to ask a cardiologist for a wheelchair use for paws? I feel self-conscious about asking, but it will help me a ton. Absolutely not. I have a wheelchair that I use from time to time when I need it. And so if it is going to help you, don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel self-conscious. And because, you know, I have POTS as well, and it's the form of dysautonomia I have. So it's why, for those of you who are wondering, that is why I get my infusions. And so I do have my wheelchair as well, and it really does help a ton, especially when I'm having really bad days. I try not to go out too much, and I really don't go out much. And then, you know, we might go for a hike on really good days if I'm feeling up to it. But when I'm having it really bad, I'm not ashamed to hop in the motorized carts if I don't have my wheelchair on me. And so I'm sure you guys are going to see towards the end of my pregnancy, I'm probably going to be using my wheelchair a whole lot more, if not all the time. Because like with Liam, I got to the point I couldn't even walk around without passing out at all when I was pregnant with him. And so do not be ashamed. Do not be self-conscious about that at all. Natalie, I agree. Why does this keep falling over? I agree that ESA should be trained as well, and I wish they were. But hey, it's the world we live in. What are we gonna do, you know? It is awesome that I can get the treatments at home. I've been trying to get them set up for a little over a year now, and I was like, oh, are you scared of the thunder? Honey, it's okay. Come here. You just gonna sit here, mommy, for a minute? Stop sucking that thumb. What are you doing? T-Rex, I've just got, my arm is fine. It's just my IV for me to get my fluids. That's all. But my arm is fine. You okay, honey? Yeah, you can go back over there and watch the tablet and watch YouTube? Yeah? Okay.
Mommy, Nini, you got inu. Mom. Mommy, you got inu. Nini, why got inu?
You didn't use potty?
No, why the puppy? Baby puppy.
The baby puppy's not scared of the dark.
Me.
You are, but you're in here, aren't you?
Yeah, mommy.
Go turn the light on. Can you do it?
Mommy,
Give me 1 second. All right. Hold my hand. Bring me. What do you want on? You're so scared of the dark. I'm scared. You. Did you use potty?
Already in your,
What? Is that better?
I don't know if the message is too long, or chat was too long, or what, but it cut off after it's truly to say I, and then it cut off. But yeah, like, what's wrong with it, you know?
Okay. I'm back.
Come on,
In
right.
his world, what kind of service dog work would... Hey, Maya. Come here. What kind of service dog work would a French Bulldog be able to do? I would imagine they could do everything except for, of course, like mobility work. And the only thing is French Bulldogs have, you know, an array of their own medical problems. So you have to just keep that in mind. If you were looking for a service dog, try not to do these breeds that tend to have breathing issues and things like that, just because working and doing all that walking, keeping up with you day to day is going to be even harder on them. That's my only opinion on that, but technically they could still do any work except for, of course, mobility because they're not big enough. You do it again? Bring it here. I said bring it here, not throw it. Didn't I talk to you about that last night? Yes, ma'am. Do not throw it at me again, or I will take it and you will not get it back. Yes, ma'am. Go plug it back up so it doesn't die. Hi, PS Plays. Back at how do you pronounce your name? It's Dominique.
Hey. Yeah.
Lozy, I do not believe at all that it's overkill. So with POTS, I mean, our blood pools in our legs when we stand. So POTS is short for postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, meaning, hit the back button. The little triangle at the bottom. Yep, hit that button. Now hit the square. Now, you see YouTube? Click it. There you go, dude. So with POTS, anytime we stand, our blood pressure bottoms out, our heart rate skyrockets, and we have tachycardia. It's not uncommon for our heart rates to be 130 beats per minute, if not higher, and just from standing up and walking. And our blood, so there's this saying that we defy gravity, and it's actually a patch that Max has on the back of his vest. It says pause, I defy gravity. And so our bodies, it's our autonomic nervous system. So dysautonomia, I have dysautonomia in the form of POTS. Dysautonomia is the medical term for autonomic nervous system dysfunction. So your autonomic nervous system is a part of your brain that controls everything from your breathing to your blood pressure to your heart rate to your organs. It controls everything in your body that you aren't like consciously thinking about. And so in dysautonomia, it's autonomic nervous system dysfunction, meaning that that part of our brain is not functioning properly. So when we stand up, whereas the normal person, their blood would continue to flow properly and, you know, their blood pressure would not bottom out, their heart rate would not skyrocket, they would not end up tachycardia. With POTS, we do because of that dysfunction. And so it is not overkill at all to be in a wheelchair and use it when you are going to be walking around a lot or doing a lot, because that is going to keep that blood from pooling in just your legs. And even if you're not passing out a lot, it is so uncomfortable. I know that when I get tachycardic, it causes such bad chest pain and it's so hard to breathe. So I do not think it's overkill. If it is going to help you, use it. Use whatever you can to make your life easier and to make it more fulfilling. T-Rex, I just have to get fluids. Kind of help hydrates me, and it helps kind of keep my symptoms from being worse. What if a landlord, Shelby and Sadie says, what if a landlord still says no to your service dog even with a note from a doctor? Legally, they can't. Legally, I mean, this is just how I am about it. You could get a lawyer and fight it and all of that stuff, but honestly, I would just be like, well, this is the law. You can't break federal law, and I would just continue to live there with my service animal. If they tried filing an eviction notice, I would just sue them for improper filing. Keep track of your messages. Keep track of anything they say about your service animal or the note and things like that. It's really just one of those things where it's illegal. It does violate federal law for them to deny you living accessibility just because of your service animal. And so I actually went through all of this when I was living at some townhouses. My earlier videos that have like all of my reptiles in it. When I was living there, I had a lot of issues with having my ESA Apollo and then my service dog Max. And so it was something where I basically told them, oh well, it's the law, get over it. And I continued to live there, brought my animals in, and they always make comments about it. They tried to message my doctors getting more information about my medical information, which was illegal. They were not legally able to do that, and my doctor just was very blunt, like, yes, she meets the definition of a disability, yes, she needs a service dog. My doctor was just very blunt and simple, and then my doctor actually reached out to me and was like, hey, this is what they're doing. You can always, of course, contact, what is that? I forget what it is, but like the housing federation or association or whatever, and reach out to them. And of course, if you had to take it, you could go legal and get a lawyer or whatever if you had to, but technically it is illegal for them to deny you access in no pet housing if you do have a service animal. They legally can't, but it's really just a hassle at that point. Thank you so much, Wendy. Hi, Zelda Geek. How are you? Hello, Annie. Zelda Geek, what is your joke? Hello, PS Plays. Mrs. T asked, what is in my IV med bags? It is just saline. It's just sodium chloride saline or whatever. I can pull the bag out and show y'all. But it's just like saline bags that you would get like ER. And so with dysautonomia, it's a lot harder to stay hydrated. And when we are dehydrated, it causes us to be way more symptomatic. And so with patients that have more severe forms of POTS, it's almost completely necessary to get these IV infusions just to be able to stay active and be flexible. So it's nothing serious. It's not like a whole bunch of medicine. The only actual medication would be the heparin, which is the blood thinner that I get to keep the IV from clotting. And other than that, it's just saline that there. It's just helping me stay hydrated so I'm not as symptomatic, so I can function more. I do get my saline bags on average 3 times a week, but it's 2 to 3 times a week on average, just to try to help maintain all of my medical problems so I'm not so symptomatic and I feel a little better. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it was, HUD. Private landlords, I think you can still take it into a legal matter. I'm really not sure about that. I know they're not supposed to deny you housing, so it might just be something that you would have to get legal representation for. Hi, Fusion. How are you? Yes, T-Rex, when Maya is done training, Max will retire, and probably, depending on how Maya does, it might be in a year from now. It might be in 2 years from now. It just depends on where Maya is. So when I feel comfortable having her out without Max, and I feel like I'm able to rely on her, that is when I will retire Max. Emily, service dogs do alert to stress. So a lot of anxiety attacks, your service dog is actually picking up either on your anxiety cues that you're doing. So like if you scratch or if you shake your leg, they pick up on things like that. But they also can pick up on the stress hormone, the cortisol that is released in your body when you are stressed out. So that's the same as like diabetic alert dogs. They're trained on scent. So anytime something changes in your body, whether your blood sugar drops or raises, that it changes the chemicals in your body. It makes you smell slightly different. And so they're able to pick up on those scent changes. Liam is awake. He is on his tablet watching YouTube.
Whoa, where did this come from?
It's just easier. Mrs. T asked why I get it at home. I just do it at home because it's a lot easier. It's not as far as a drive, and it's just a lot more comfortable for me to sit on my couch for 3-4 hours getting my IV back than it is to sit in an office. And so it's way more convenient. I have a child, I have my service dogs, I have a service dog, I have, I'm pregnant, and then it's a lot easier to manage at home and a lot more comfortable to do at home than in an office.
Hey, Charlie,
and insurance covers it, so why not?
Come back, Charlie, come back.
Hello, Haydar.
Pull one of us up.
Keith, there are plenty of
Alright,
children
pull
and
one
young
of us up.
teenagers
Stand
that have
back.
service animals. Of course, you would need a parent that would have to be, like your parent's your legal guardian. It's kind of the same concept with a service dog. Your parent would have to be legally responsible and financially responsible for the dog. So even the dog was helping you, your parent would be the one that would be responsible for the animal until you were of age, if I'm not mistaken. I never went through a program, so I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. My day is going good. PS Plays, how is yours?
Hey, I'm just doing my bike feel like. Oh, I got a match. Oh, that's cool.
Mrs. T, it is not a pick line, so we were thinking about doing a pick line, but because I am pregnant, we cannot do a pick line because I'm so much more at risk for infection and blood clots being pregnant than I would normally be. This is just a regular IV like you would get in the ER. It's just in a vein, and it comes out. I can take it out immediately. I can leave it in for 2 or 3 days if I need to, but it cannot stay in. So I cannot have a pick line right now just because of the risk of infection and clotting. I don't like the IVs or needles at all, and I get stuck multiple times a week just because it helps. And I can't do anything like a pour either. They've completely said to try to avoid that as well right now, just because I've already got so many issues and complications going on with this pregnancy anyway, and things that we're worried about. They are just trying to completely steer clear of anything else that might cause potential complications or risk. Emily's World, I was told Maya is a German Shepherd lab mix. I definitely see the German Shepherd mix in her, but we are hopefully going to be doing a DNA test on her at some point. Mrs. T, yes, of course, you have to flush it for sure. The line. Can I bring Liam here? Liam, they want to say hey to you really quick. Come here, dude.
Hey!
Get up here. No, come here. Okay, he's back to his tablet. He said hi. There's Liam for you. Fast cars and big truck, absolutely. IV needles are my worst enemy. I'm more like that about shots. I'm more okay with the IV needles than I am with shots. And I'm completely fine with tattoos. I have like, is it 10 or 11 tattoos? I'm completely fine with tattoos. But I hate shots, and IVs, they're okay. It's not as terrifying as a needle just stabbing straight down into my body as a shot. Hello, Joan. How are you? T-Rag's trying to change your profile picture to Bumblebee. That is awesome. Liam would love that.
No!
You don't want somebody to see Bumblebee?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Oh, Lord.
Alright, I'm trying to just like... I'm up on messages from like 7:56 p.m. Yeah, y'all, I'm like 20 minutes behind on messages. I'm so sorry. Okay, how about this? I'm going to skip forward to the chat. I just skipped all the way forward. If I missed your question, repost it. That way I can catch up, if that works for you guys. So I was 20 minutes behind in chat.
Player. I still don't.
I thank you, Wendy.
CP, C+, you got a line. That's what's up.
The T-Rex hates IVs and needles. Thank you, Faith. So I'm caught back up to chat, guys. If I missed your comment, go ahead and just repost it. That way we're not too far. Becca, does your son have to call you ma'am? Only when he's in trouble, he needs to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. It's just courtesy thing, I guess. I am from the South, and so that's just manners, how we grew up. Look, when it comes to steak, I like mine medium. So, a little more on the... I like a true medium. I would prefer it more medium rarish than I would prefer medium well. Like, I totally ate raw fish yesterday. I had sushi. You can have it in limited amounts. You just can't splurge on it. So, because of, you know, being pregnant. And everything you eat passes to the baby. Maya, you're so pretty. You're a pretty girl. On your face. Hey. The stream probably isn't gonna go too much longer. Baby, are you about ready to end all of this?
No need.
Austin,
What's up?
you about ready to get off of all of this? How long you wanna go?
Yeah.
How much longer you wanna go? He's not answering me. Austin,
Yes.
how much longer do you wanna go?
I don't care.
You do like 15 more minutes and then hop off?
That's fine.
Alright, so we're gonna do this for about another 15 minutes. Y'all, I'm not even able to go that long. My phone just dropped to 5%.
Plug it. The chargers, 2 chargers. Go get 'em.
I
Go
know,
get 'em.
I'd have to go all the way in there.
Go get 'em.
Now, we're about to end this, so if my phone dies on y'all, I'm sorry. I am too, Austin's the best. What is this? What is this? Ooh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me read my comments. You good? Don't do that. We gotta bring Maya back to the vet tomorrow to get her second round of shots. And she had this cold when I got her. And they were thinking like upper respiratory infection, and she's still not over it. My vet did check her out right after I got her. But like, I'm going to bring her back tomorrow and have her double check because she's still got a runny nose. And she's still coughing. Becca, thank you. How's it going with the pandemic and stuff at your house? We're really just trying to like stay away from it because it's like end of the world is coming. Luckily, nobody we know has gotten COVID yet, and we're still good. The lighting makes this look like some horror movie.
You heard that?
Can y'all see like the lightning flashing? Liam doesn't have to call me ma'am. Just like when I'm talking to him, like if he's in trouble or whatever, it's yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Yeah, they tested her after I got her. My vet tested her, you know, parvo test, kennel cough test. Like they did the whole shebang, and they said she came back clear for everything, and so they were thinking it was just a cold or like upper respiratory infection. The way the vet explained it to me is it's kind of like sending your kid to daycare. You know, they're gonna like get a cough and stuff and cold from time to time, but it's been like 2 weeks and she's still not over it, so we might just have to do a stronger antibiotic. Mike and Elise, yes, see, Max has the worst allergies. Max has absolute worst skin allergies. I was hoping to get a dog that didn't have allergies, but I'm hoping not. Where are my cats? One is back there crying that y'all can hear because she's in heat, and we're going to be getting her fixed soon.
Yeah, all these ones,
And the other one, I don't know where he's at. He's laying down. Worms is the word. She's on, what is that? Is it Provecto? Is that what it is? It's the, oh, Apollo's right there. Heartworms, fleas, and intestinal parasites that she's on right now.
Y'all see the R99, you don't need it.
Well, me master, the service dogs, when they do a job, they love it. So you don't have a service dog that doesn't like to do their job because they're not going to work. And so for the dogs, it's fun to them. It's fun to get out. Like, we make sure that the dogs enjoy it and they love it. Just like dogs that do agility work or police dogs that, you know, sniff out drugs. The dogs are trained to enjoy it because if they didn't, what's the point? I can kind of see where her nose is running a little bit. So we're gonna bring her back to the vet tomorrow and see how that goes.
Mommy, Dad.
I know Wendy, he is getting so big. Leave that alone. I'm so happy you got your braces off, crazy artist. Oh, Mrs. T, I'm so sorry. Mrs. T, that's so unfortunate. I will definitely keep you in my thoughts. Mine hasn't really been working. I brought her to a doctor's appointment, and we were there. Ended up being there for a little while. It wasn't too long. She just slept the whole time, honestly. So, but she's not really working or doing anything right
Oh my
now.
God, I want to throw something.
We will probably start that in about maybe like four weeks, maybe. That would put her at 16 weeks. I've been messaging some service animal programs that do like their puppy training, and a lot of these programs say that they kind of start their public access anywhere between 16 weeks to 20 weeks, depending on the puppy itself, because I've been trying to get a lot of recommendations and like opinions on it. And so we're just going to get started on her basic obedience and her leash training and keep up with her potty training, and then maybe in about 4 weeks we can start some public access with her. T-Rex, what was your comment? I'm so sorry if I missed it.
Right here.
But they need the wood things to hold my tongue down.
Oh.
What do you mean the wood things? I'm so confused. How do I deal with people trying to sneak a pet or trying to distract Max? It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. So it depends on if I'm having a really rough medical day, and if I'm not feeling good, I tend to be a little more grouchy because, like, hey, obviously there's signs all over him. Like, I'm not doing good right now, and at this point, you are risking my safety because I'm having medical episodes. I tend to be a little more snappy and grouchy, which I think is completely understandable. Versus when I feel fine, I'm a lot more calmer and relaxed about it. I'm good, beautiful country. How are you?
Hey, we're really gonna
I'm at 3% on my phone, you guys. It's probably gonna tongue depressors. I live in Alabama, so this is probably totally about to die. Are you ready, honey? Or are you about to do another one? You can do one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Nikki. Lauren, thank you so much. Addison, what's the best way to ask someone to pet a service dog? Just like that. Go up to be like, I know your service dog is working. I just wanted to comment on how well behaved it is. And if it's okay, would you mind if I pet it? But please don't be offended if the person says no, because a lot of times I will let people, if somebody just comes up and grabs my dog, I don't let them pet him at all. Like, I'm just immediately like, no. But if they come up and ask me if I'm feeling okay, I allow it. If I'm not feeling okay, of course, I say, not right now. I'm sorry, he's working. And that's usually because I'm not feeling well and I really need his attention on me in case something happens. Kylie, you made my day. Aw, that's awesome. Good night, Nikki. Thank you, Lauren. I love you guys, too. Thank you, Mike and Elise, so much. Aw, thank you, Faith. Thank you, Alberta. Kylie, Liam is doing great. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Easy, easy, easy. 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 Calm down. Can I read the comments for my phone dies? Liam. That was mean. You just smacked her. Stand up and look at me. Now. I told you to stop. And that is twice now that you have thrown your hands on her. Do you think she likes it? I can't hear you. No. So why do you keep doing it? I know you're trying to be funny, but she doesn't like it, does she? She's trying to move and get away now, isn't she? You need to pet her and apologize, and you need to calm down. Liam is good. He's being a 4-year-old. Thank you, Emma. Yeah, definitely with service dogs in training, you're going to be less likely to pet them. Like Maya right now, as young as she is, I'm going to let everybody pet her just to help with that socialization. But as she gets older, I'm going to start cutting that out. And then until she's fully trained, I probably will not allow anybody to pet her. Bye, Addison. Bye, Emma. Bye, Kimberly. He is a cheeky boy, isn't he? Bye, Nikki. I can't get a port right now being pregnant. Oh, thank you, Becca. I will see about doing another stream tomorrow, guys. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here because my phone is about to die. It was so great talking to all of you guys. Liam, don't smush her. You're about to go to bed if you don't calm down. So we will see you guys later, and I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I love talking to you guys as always. So I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Bye, guys. You say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye.